I'm Ron Klopfanstein at the Rome Art and Community Center, where the Alliance Classical Players is presenting Christmas at Downton Abbey. I'm with Michael. He's a conductor. So I got to ask you, what does a conductor do? Because I see conductors up there, you know, with a baton. Like, what is it you actually do, and like, how do you direct the orchestra?
Right. So, yeah, the first thing people see is somebody up there waving arms around.
Your back. What does it all mean? Right. Yeah. So the back side is the best side. So the job at a concert, at a performance, is to keep the group together, to keep the dynamics, the volume where you want it, the tempos at the speed that you want. Christmas carols are hundreds of years old. Downton Abbey is like a well-established song.
Right.
What do you do as a conductor? What do conductors do to make it their own?
Yep, that's an excellent question. So you have a preconceived notion of how fast these pieces should
like
go.
What Downton Abbey sounds
especially.
Like. We wish you Merry Christmas.
Right, and I think some of these old ones, like, all right, so what, before the early 1900s, nobody even had references. They had records once in a while.
Yeah.
So it really is impressive when we do the pieces by, like we did a piece by Corelli, the Great Christmas Concerto.
Yeah.
So that, back in the Baroque era, I mean, the only references were other performances, what the composer wanted.
In memory.
So, right. So sometimes I'll get an idea from listening, because we do have that advantage. Other times I'll just I may want to do something a little faster, or maybe a little slower. So that's where the personal touch comes into play.
Yeah. Well, great job tonight. I really enjoyed that.
It's always a joy. This is a beautiful place. Rome is a great place. I grew up in New Hartford, Utica, and I live in Syracuse now. And it's just a beautiful spot to do a concert. It's all decorated nicely. So
last night I was at the Uptown for a punk rock, heavy metal, thrash concert, toy drive, and what's interesting is both concerts, for me, the experience in many ways was kind of the same. With that concert, we did put earplugs in.
Oh yeah.
But I mostly felt the music. Kind of like here, I felt the music too. So it's interesting.
Well, it's funny you say it, because I'm a big
universal.
I'm a big prog rock fan. I'm a big Rush fan. So I mean, parts of it. I play jazz and I play classical. I'm mostly a classical percussionist, but so it's great that we can achieve all these different styles.
It's wonderful.
When it's done well, it's done well.
Absolutely.
So anyway, thank you.
I'm with Kristen, and Kristen, you play the clarinet. Do you feel that the clarinet is especially appreciated in Christmas music and in classical music?
Absolutely. It's always the heart of the sound, kind of the center of the sound.
Now, Colleen was on my show on Monday, and she was saying that kind of the clarinets are sort of like the bass, kind of like centered in the center of the orchestra too.
Right.
Yeah. Why is that?
Well, I think in this setting, which is the wind band setting, the clarinet sometimes takes the role of a violin and has a lot of the melodic lines.
I
I see. So even though it's a woodwind, it can like kind of do the job of different instruments.
Oh, absolutely. It can take on the characteristics of different instruments, and it can play low and high, and it just is very versatile.
So it makes it like a good kind of center or basis for an orchestra.
Absolutely, yes.
So what drew you to the clarinet?
I think at first it was just the sound of it. I always loved it, and I had.
How would you describe the sound?
Well, it's just very mellow, or it can be. That's probably at first kind of rich tones.
Yeah.
And I had a fabulous teacher.
Oh yeah.
Who was right from Rome.
Oh my gosh.
He had a
Who was
beautiful
that?
sound.
Who was that?
So I studied with Alice McCalla, who is left, and then I studied with Mr. Geller, Herb Geller.
Nice.
Was my high school band
Good to
director.
give a shout out to the teachers.
Oh, absolutely. Where would we be without them? They were such an inspiration.
Well, you were great tonight, so really good job.
Thank you so much for coming.
Of course. I'm with Ted Lenio, and you were the narrator. Is that what the storyteller tonight?
Yeah.
And I love that the stories were made by ChatGPT. You know, so can you describe that process? Because we use AI a lot with the station too. You know, we do a mix of like real and AI both, and I love that AI can like give people such immediate. I like it for the immediate feedback, but I also like the way that it can give you like exactly what you want.
It's so refreshing to hear that you're a fan of ChatGPT or AI, because oftentimes we hear criticism of it taking over, and students aren't learning properly, and they can plagiarize and all of that stuff.
It's an amazing tool.
It's wonderful.
It's actually taught me to be a better writer myself.
Exactly, and I think it can and should be.
Yeah.
Colleen O'Neill, who plays clarinet.
Yeah, who's on the show.
Who's on the show, exactly.
Yes.
Who is the linchpin of Alliance Classical Players, was looking for some vignettes, some stories to kind of intersperse in the selections that they put together for the Downton Abbey music. And so she put in some kind of key information, and this is what was generated.
It's kind of amazing, the richness of the text.
As if AI is a fan of the program, but these are original.
The biggest fan is we are.
Exactly, or more so.
Yeah, I know.
Right? And the fact that they were able to, it was able to generate such personable.
It had such heart too.
Heart? Ron, talk about heart. This is the first time this evening for the concert I've been able to get through these without losing it emotionally, without crying.
You did such a good job with your performance.
Thank you.
What did you put into, how did you prepare?
Well, I practiced, and I did just a little bit of research because I'm not a regular follower of 6 seasons of Downton.
Oh my gosh.
But I did see the grand finale.
Oh, that's good.
The movie.
That's good. You're forgiven.
I got an orientation, and I watched the bonus features at the end of the film, because I watched it on DVD.
Right.
So that helped a little bit, right?
You got the vibe.
You know, it's interesting. You, just by reading the stories, having seen the film, and listening to the music, I mean the theme, you really begin to feel it. And
you do.
Christmas 1924, and what the manor was like, what Downton Abbey was. So it kind of came about. But thanks to Colleen for generating these wonderful stories. And these are the longest kinds of pieces that I've done during a concert. Typically, they're a paragraph, 2 at the most.
Do you do this with other concerts? Do you perform? Do you do readings or like? Are you an actor?
I am.
You seem very actorish.
I am.
You gave a great performance.
Well, thank you. I've done a bunch of stuff both locally and in Aspen. I'm involved in a Readers Theater group now.
Wow.
And
you guys should come on my show sometime.
Doing things. Well, I'll take that as an invitation.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Readers Theater.
And I have been kind of like serving as the official announcer for ACP for several years, right?
Yeah.
But it was just wonderful to have such meaty stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't feel I had enough drama schooling or preparation or even experience to handle these without losing it.
Yeah.
Because, Ron, as you know, you have to feel what you're saying.
Right.
And with poignant things, you risk breaking down and becoming a mess, a mush bag.
Especially in this setting, How did the setting add to the performance? You walk in here and you see the Christmas lights and the tree and the decorations, and you feel like you're there already, even before you begin.
That's so fortuitous.
How did you feel?
That's so fortuitous. I think that's why Colleen and ACP selected Downton Abbey as a theme, because RACC, the Rome Art and Community Center, just decorates so marvelously for their holiday house, which you have to come back to next year.
Yeah.
And so walking in here, you feel like you're in Downton Abbey.
Christmassy.
Yeah, very much so. But let me say, for the benefit of the camera and audio, how much I enjoyed your interview with Colleen and Beth. Your questioning had such enthusiastic curiosity to it. And you asked the kinds of questions which oftentimes people would just pass over, but they were existential. I mean, they got to the heart of music and instruments and why they play and what they get out of it. And it was wonderful. I enjoyed listening to the whole thing.
Gosh, thank you. That was so nice.
You're very welcome.
Good job tonight.
Thank you very much.
Downton Abbey.
Thank you, Ron.
Tonight's concert put everyone in the Christmas spirit, and the Alliance Classical Players have more concerts planned for 2026. At the Rome Art and Community Center, I'm Ron Klopfanstein for 95.5 FM, The Heat.